Hi, it's Mike Ferry. Welcome to Mike Ferry TV. It is the week of August 26th. This year is flying by, and I hope your production is flying up as it flies by. And if it's not, I want to stress something to you. You know, there's the challenge that a lot of agents face when they start a new year back in January, is they set goals that are, at that time, hopefully, very realistic and doable. And for whatever reason, they get behind on those goals. And in this year, if you look backwards, January, February, March were pretty tough for real estate agents virtually worldwide. The market really didn't pick up until probably the first, second week of April. So most agents got behind. And the challenge that we face, especially August, September, is when we are behind, we have a tendency, sometimes unconsciously, to give up. And we say to ourselves, well, you know, it's the 1st of September. I haven't had a great year. I've done okay. I've done a few deals. I didn't reach the number I wanted. Why don't I just kick back, relax, and I'll start in January strong? Folks, you've got 3.5 months almost to complete the goal that you've set. Because see, production comes in streaks. Production normally comes not in segments that are equal month in and month out. And the production comes as a result of a lot of different activities that are generated now for 30, 60, 90 days from now. So if you are behind, for goodness sakes, don't give up. But the other side of that, of course, is the fact that you have done very well. You've had a great year. In fact, we have so many of our clients that have already achieved both production and financial goals for the year, the first week, second week, third week in August. So now we have a separate challenge. And that challenge, of course, is keeping them motivated, enthused, turned on, and working. Now, remember, generally speaking, December, January are typically slower months in the real estate industry. I don't say the market's going to drop dramatically, but it's very common for the market to drop 5, 10, 12% numbers of transactions. It doesn't have to happen to you, because what you do now, here the last week of August, and in September and October, can dramatically pump up your production for November and December. And if your production is up for November and December, you're going to have a great closing month in January. And if you have a great closing month in January, you're excited about what you're going to do, and then you'll be highly productive in January, February, and March, and then April, you won't have any problem paying your taxes. See how I think? I'm thinking so far in advance for you. It is so exciting. Now, with that being said, about 2 years ago, I got a phone call from a young lady, Rebecca Harding, down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Dynamic young gal. I don't know her age. I'm going to guess she's probably 30-ish, okay? Very energetic, very enthusiastic. And she called and said, Mike, I'm in Myrtle Beach, which, by the way, is a beautiful little part of the world in the Carolinas. But she goes, I'm not happy here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to live here. I want to either move to Beverly Hills, someplace in greater Los Angeles, or Manhattan in New York City. And when I listened to the conversation with Rebecca, I never forget saying to myself, this could be one of the biggest reality shocks in the history of mankind. Here's this energetic, enthusiastic, young Southern lady going to the big city. So I tried to respectfully talk her out of it. And I think I was very lucky that I was able to move her thinking to a different part of the country, because she was going to leave Myrtle Beach, period, end of conversation. That decision had been made. So I set up an interview with her with two fellows in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, Mike and Dave Bowman, the owners of Century 21 Bowman. Mike Bowman has been a client of mine, I'm guessing, and Mike, you'll have to send me a note and tell me what the answer is. I'm saying 35 to 40 years. I said to Rebecca, this is an ideal place for you to work. It's an office of 220 to 230 agents in one office. They have great training, Mike Ferry training. They have great accountability through both Mike and Dave and their management team. It's just a great company, and it's always been one of the top C21s in the nation. Go interview. Well, she did. She really liked what they had to offer. They were excited about her. And so fast forward, it's been a couple of years. She's already in the top 25. In fact, she may be in the top 15 of all 225 agents in the company as of this moment. Here we are, the end of August. Rebecca is a very dynamic, enthusiastic, model Mike Ferry real estate agent. But here's the catch. Anybody can do what she's done, starting with you. So at the retreat, I will often say to certain individuals, and the retreat, of course, was in July, I want you to send me your 10 big ahas, your 10 big takeaways, the 10 biggest things that hit you that you took notes on that you're going to implement from July through July of 2020 to improve the quality of your business and the obvious quality of your life. So I have in front of me her 10 top takeaways. I want to share them with you today because Rebecca is a model citizen, in my opinion. And I say that with nothing but respect. Now, does she have flaws? I don't know. Does she have some hiccups? I don't know. Does she have some moles that we all have in life? I don't know. But in terms of listing and selling real estate, she is a terrific real estate person, one that buyers and sellers are thrilled to work with. Mike and Dave are thrilled to have on the team. But here's what's interesting, a great role model for people like ourselves. So here's her 10 takeaways. I want you to listen carefully. I want you to listen to this message every day for the next 7 days. I don't want you to get this message out of your head. So here's number one, no order of importance. Always remember, there are no shortcuts to any place worth going to. There's no shortcuts. Everybody in real estate is looking for a shortcut. Okay, here's what she wrote down. It takes time. It's going to take hard work to get to the awesome places I want in my life. Quit looking for the magic formula, the magic answer, the magic pill, the magic wand, that one idea from the internet that's going to change your life forever. Watch, there's no shortcuts. Anybody you talk to as an individual, I'm not talking about a big team. I'm not talking about a person that has 40 agents working for them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an individual like Rebecca. There's a lot of dedication, hard work, energy, planning, discipline to make that happen. There's no shortcuts to her. She couldn't come in week 1 of joining the Bowman team and expect to be a top producer. But over the course of doing her job every day the way she should, in less than 2 years, she is a legitimate top producer. Here's number 2. Increase your production to the lifestyle you want versus reducing your lifestyle to fit your lack of production. I don't remember which one of the panelists said that, but I tell you what, when that was stated, we had a panel of 4 or 5 on the stage. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting here and 4 or 5 panelists here, and those words were repeated by one of the great panelists, and I watched 4,000 heads go boink and start writing as fast as they could. Increase your production to the lifestyle you want versus reducing your lifestyle to fit your lack of production. She says to herself, never scale back your life to fit. Dream big, live with intention, work hard to make life worth remembering. What a great thought. Number 3, the market does not determine if you make your goal. It tells you what you have to do to get to that goal. Again, one of the panelists said that off the stage. The market does not. Now, see, a lot of you think, well, the market controls what I do. No, the market doesn't control what you do. It tells you what to do to achieve the goal you set. If your market is faltering, then it tells you you have to talk to more people. If your market has got listings that are expiring, it tells me that you have to be better on pricing. Number 4, stop celebrating. I talked about this a lot during the retreat, and she wrote in capital letters, stop celebrating because celebrating breaks momentum. It takes time to get things working in your favor. Stop celebrating and breaking that momentum. Number 5, systematize everything. See, always allow yourself to control what you can control through the systems you have in place. The technology gives you the systems to use, and your job is to fill the systems with productivity so technology can then do their job. She wrote, it's simple. My job is to stop acting like I did something out of the ordinary. All I did was my job. And I put my job in the system, and then the system takes care of me from that point on. Number 6, and I thought this was an excellent point, motivated sellers. Want an agent who will take charge. This came directly from Mike Ferry. Tell them the truth. And an agent that understands the business completely. Become the agent that gets 70% of the contract signed when you go on a presentation. A motivated seller wants an agent that will take charge. They want an agent that will tell them the truth. Even though they don't want to hear it, they have to tell them the truth. And an agent that understands the business. Number 7, create a schedule that you can get excited about because it's going to get you and your family to the goals that you've set. And then share that schedule with your family, if you have a family. See, participation. Number 8, take the time to reflect when you don't get a listing or don't get an appointment set with a motivated seller. What went wrong? Practice with what went wrong so it doesn't go wrong continually. Take the time to reflect. You're going to go on listing presentations where you don't get the listing. Now, yes, it could be somebody else out-bonded you, out-commissioned you, out-marketed you, out-priced you, outperformed you. But I want you to be honest with yourself, as Rebecca says. I want to look at what I said and what I did to cause them not to list with me. And number 9, excuse me. My vision of the future has to be stronger than the distractions and the grind that takes place every day. Think about that. Your vision, where do you want to be in December? Okay, so now we'll take that question. What kind of a Christmas do you want to have for your family? Now think about that. You got 3.5 months to really have a great Christmas holiday, a great Christmas celebration, some great presents for yourself, your spouse, your kids, your grandchildren, maybe for your friends. I wear extra large, I'm just kidding. But see, what I want you to think about is that your vision has to be so strong of what you want to do for Christmas, for 2020, 2021, 2022. Can you see out there what you could accomplish? It has to be, that vision has to be stronger than the distractions that will always get in the way. And number 10, many years ago, Neil Schwartz, my very first client ever, 44 plus years ago, and a great friend. Neil Schwartz told me that our mindset is based on 3 words, and this is Rebecca: attitude, approach, and expectations. We have to understand the power of these words and their effect on our productivity and our profitability. So Rebecca, if you're watching this today, there's going to be tens of thousands of people. They're going to say thank you. So I guess what I should probably do next week is start by giving you Rebecca's, probably her email address and her office phone number in case you have any referrals going to that part of Dallas-Fort Worth. I think you can see Rebecca would be a good agent to refer to. Rebecca, we're thankful for what you've done. We're thankful that you're working for a great company, Mike Bowman's company. And all of you, we're thankful for participating, for listening, for watching. Let's finish September, October, November, December strong. See you next week. Thank you.